Right now, focus here. This room is so dark, except for that TED red glowing behind me. Red. It's bold, energizing. It's impossible to ignore. But red's just one colour in a whole glorious spectrum that us as humans get to experience every day. Bold, confident red. Connective, creative orange. Sunshine, clear yellow. Nurturing green. Calming blue. Intuitive indigo. And vibrant violet. Now know this, colour is energy we can see and feel. It's the visible spectrum of light. Each shade has its own wavelength, its own frequency, and that's not philosophy, that is physics. Colour bypasses our overthinking minds like it knows the secret VIP entrance to our inner thoughts. And that is why it's so powerful, yet in my opinion, so overlooked. Colour affects us every single day without us even realising. I mean, who doesn't feel better staring at a crisp, cool blue sky rather than a cloudy grey one? The moment we start using colour on purpose, I've found the results to be breathtaking. Science is starting to back this up. In recent studies, those exposed to blue light actually saw a reduction in their blood pressure. Green spaces have been linked to reducing anxiety and calming the nervous system. And red? Well, in a recent study of students and learning environments, those exposed to red light actually saw an increase in their heart rate. And I can vouch for it right now. So it seems to me that if we change those colours that surround us, potentially we could shift our internal energy too. Now, I felt this long before I had words for it. My dad was an art teacher and my childhood was drenched in colour. But my favourite place wasn't in his studio. It was actually his tie rack. It was a rainbow of stripes and paisleys. Anyone from the 80s and 90s will remember this, ties. A rainbow of stripes and paisleys that was just like an artist's palette. I would pick those silks up, put them to my face, and I would feel alive. Now that tie rack was my first ever colour wheel. Then the teenage years came. Illness, insecurity, caring what people think. And slowly, the colour started to drain away. I retreated into black, very chic on the outside, camouflage on the inside. You see, black scientifically is an absence of light. It has no frequency, no wavelength, and emotionally it became my cocoon. I wonder how many of you have felt that invisibility cloak before, reached for it when we felt overwhelmed. At the age of 24, training as a stylist in London, colour started to creep back in. Years later, presenting my own TV makeover show, I met, let's call her Janet. So Janet would step out for the big reveal in her red dress, and everybody would gasp, and she'd gasp, and she'd say, "Oh, I look amazing," and she'd be glowing. But 3 weeks later, I'd bump into Janet, head to toe in a black tracksuit. And I'd be like, "Janet, what happened?" And she'd say, "Oh, it just didn't feel like me. It felt too much." And that word, feel, it changed everything for me. I realised that I'd been using colour as decoration, when actually I knew all along that it was affecting emotions and energy first. I knew that from styling thousands of people and their responses to the colour. It lit a spark in me that needed chasing, so I went searching, studying colour psychology and qualifying in chromotherapy. It led me to ancient Egypt. Now, those ancient Egyptians, they knew a thing or two. They used to use coloured crystals to refract light into their temples to create different coloured rooms. Got a sore throat? We popped you in the blue room. Digestive problems? Straight into the orange. Now, they didn't know about hormones or neurotransmitters, and modern medicine wasn't a thing, so they just used what they had. And they firmly believed, it's documented, that colour could influence the body and mind. They lived very colourful lives. Yet today, we're living increasingly grayscale lives. Grey buildings, black wardrobes, beige food, neutral interiors. And we stare at brightly coloured screens to get that hit of aliveness that we're missing in real life. Living in a society that favours grayscale over colour, our mood dips, our energy lowers, and the version of ourselves that we used to recognise begins to fade. So here is my invitation to you. For the next 3 days, or 7 if you fancy a full spectrum reset, pick one colour from that visible spectrum on purpose. Use it. Eat it. Notice where it shows up. It'll be more places than you think. Breathe with it and welcome it into your life. And then ask, how does this colour make me feel? And what is it teaching me? Because when we reconnect with colour, you reconnect with yourself. The you before life muted your brightness. The you before the armour. You were never meant to live in black and white. It's time to step into your full spectrum identity.